Next speaker is Dr. Georg Schett, who we introduced earlier. And Georg's going to talk about bone and cartilage prey of arthritis.
I realized in the morning that there is another 1-hour talk prepared for about 20 minutes, so I added something which might be interesting to you too, because you have been exposed a lot to the bone already. At the end of my talk, I will talk about another clinical observation which is very interesting for rheumatologists. And before you have to suffer a little bit with the bone again, I have to say, but I want to keep that a little shorter and start with an interesting observation, again, an interaction between animals and humans, which is a nice example for a niche and how a niche can contribute to a survival of a species. So this is a story which I found and fascinated me. It's a story about a very remote island and you will just take this from my talk home. So that's a story from a very remote island located in the middle of between Australia and New Zealand. And it's a very small island. You can go to Google Maps and watch it, which is a fancy possibility now. And it's called Lord Howe Island. And this island, I think at the moment there are 200 people living there, has a very interesting history between animals and man. And this island was endemic for an animal called a tree lobster, and it's a huge animal. It is insect of 15 centimeters, and this a tree lobster was only found at this small island, so it was a kind of a niche he could exist. And the tragedy began when a ship which actually built in Glasgow, and I'm happy that Ian left and didn't know about this. So it was built in Glasgow, and this ship was used to commute between Australia and New Zealand, and it got stuck in Lord Howe Island. One passenger died in 1918, and they had to repair it there, and it took a couple of days, and it was possible that a very bad guest came to this island, which is the rat, the common rat, Rattus rattus. And this animal found a paradise there and ate all these tree lobsters away, and in 1920 it became extinct. So you can see how a small accident has a big effect on nature. And this story does not end here, and that's even more interesting, because a few of these tree lobsters escaped to an even more small island. It's the Bohr's Pyramid, and there's obviously nothing on this rock except one single bush of a tea tree. And in 2001, 2 people found 24 of these tree lobsters in this one tea tree. So this one tree was the survival of a whole species. And these people then brought this lobster to Australia, and they cultivated them, and now they try to free them in Lord Howe Island to foster this colony. So I think it's a very nice story that a single tree can be crucial for the survival of a whole species. And this is the niche concept, which is, I think, very dramatically shown here, is also very important for a whole group of immune cells. The B cells, they live in the bone marrow, they are educated in the bone marrow, and the bone marrow provides, and the bone provides a niche that they can survive, and they can proliferate and then do their job outside the bone marrow. Interestingly, when they have done the job, they have seen bacteria and viruses, they return to the bone marrow as the long-lived plasma cells, and the bone marrow provides the niche for the long-lived plasma cells. It provides the niche for the immunological memory, which is also fancy, because we remember that we had measles infection 20 or 30 or 40 years ago, and we will not get it anymore, because long-lived plasma cells allow immunological memory. And it's an irony that this niche concept, which is crucial for immune-bone interaction, that the bone marrow, especially the